Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are talking about Runick, the worst deck that has come out ever. Maybe? No, in all honesty, this deck is the newest Floodgate deck to be played. It slows down the game, and its game plan is to mill you out of all of your cards forever. It's really unfun to play against, and honestly, it's not really that fun to play. But it's going to be great with Splight. So I built it. That is literally my only reasoning. I want to play Sprite, and I am going to play it. Anyway, so let's quickly talk about the archetype. Basically, the idea is get Runick Fountain onto your field in order to activate quick play spells from the hand, as basically hand traps. It's actually pretty cool overall, though the mechanics are pretty nice. Basically, all of the Runick quick play spells have the ability to either do something, or special summon a Runick monster from your extra deck to the extra monster zone. So, overall, if you have a monster in your extra monster zone, they only have the one effect. But if you don't, they're able to add that additional monster. And some of the extra deck, the extra deck monsters are only fusions right now, so that makes sense. But they utilize this in order to constantly be gaining additional resources through Fountain, being able to cycle cards and draw into new cards, which is really annoying. But it also means that if they activate the effect to not special summon, they are going to banish cards from the top of your deck. Runick Tip is able to search a card and then banish one card. We have a Runick Flashing Fire, which is able to pop a special summoned monster and then banish two cards. We have a Runick Destruction, which targets a spell trap and it destroys it, then banishes 4 cards. We have Freezing Curses, which is able to negate a monster effect, or negate a monster your opponent controls, and then banish 3 cards. We have Slumber, which protects a monster you control and then banishes the top 3. We have Smiting Storm, which banishes the top cards equal to the number of cards your opponent controls. And we have Golden Droplet, which draws your opponent a card, but draws 4. So banishes 4. So it's just like the best way to mill your opponent out. And if they don't have an out, you just kind of win the game with this one. And then we have Runick Dispelling, which if your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, except during the draw phase, they discard a random card, and then the 2 top cards get banished. And all of these can be recycled thanks to Fountain. Once per turn, if a Runick Quick Play spell is activated, you can target up to 3 Runick Quick Play spells in your graveyard, place them on the bottom of the deck in any order, and then draw the same number of cards. So you always have to draw, but it does allow you to put cards back and potentially draw into even more interaction. Pair this with other powerful floodgates, like for example Messenger of Peace to prevent your opponent from attacking. We have Rivalry, Skill Drain, and Gozen to basically lock our opponent out of summoning anything or activating anything. And then we also have things like Cauldron of the Old Man to potentially speed up the game or just increase our life points if we so need to. Yeah, the whole overall game plan is to just sit on our quick plays, banish the opponent's interactions, and stop interacting. That's it. Also, since we're drawing so many cards, we're able to play like a few number of these floodgates and still have them. So even though they are all at 2, we can still basically play all of them. Yes, you can also play Tikaboo in this. Yes, you could also play a myriad of other things. But realistically, I think things like Messenger of Peace are more advantageous. Cauldron of the Old Man is in here because it's funny. Yeah, that's it. As for the rest of the cards, we are playing a Triple Cosmic Cyclone for the mirror match so that we can deal with Runick Fountain, or just any other set card. It's just a nice out to a lot of things. We are playing Triple Card of Demise because it's a fair and balanced Yu-Gi-Oh card that for some reason exists. We are playing Triple Pot of Desires because it is a fair and balanced Yu-Gi-Oh card that also for some reason exists. And of course, the one Terraforming. As for the extra deck, the only cards that matter in here are Rugen, Gary, and Moonin. We're playing Triple Hugin, which on Special Summon allows you to discard a card to add a Runick Field spell, which allows you to grab Fountain from your deck to your hand. Also, if a card would be destroyed, you can banish this card instead. This is really good because it just allows you to protect, and since it doesn't activate, it protects around like basically everything. So if your opponent were to go and activate something like a Baron in order to pop your field spell, you just banish this and protect it, and they can't do anything. So cool. Also, we have Moonin, which if your opponent targets a card, it is able to protect it by banishing this to negate the effect. Pretty nice. Also, during the end phase, you gain 1,000 life points. Also very nice. But the most important thing that it does is to discard a card to add a Runick Continuum. Wait, what? No, it doesn't actually do anything when it is summoned, because we're not playing the continuous spell, because it's terrible. Next up, we have Gary, which cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is cool. But most importantly, if this card is destroyed by battle, or I should say, when this card is destroyed by battle, because it can miss timing for some reason, but it's a when effect for battle destruction, so who cares? You can target a card on the field and destroy it. Yes, that is any card. Yes, you could destroy a monster. Yes, you could destroy a spell trap. It's great. So that's why we're playing 3 of this and 3 of this. This card's okay. It's kind of situational, but honestly, you could throw in however many you want of this. You could honestly throw in all 3 if you want, but the thing is, you don't really need to. As for the rest of the extra deck, literally none of these have ever been summoned in my entire time that I played it. Granted, I only played like 10 matches because it took like 6 hours to do so, but there's that. So let's hop into the duels and show you how this deck performs. Alright, so here we are going first, and I like this hand. It's got 2 ways to floodgate my opponent from playing the game. So we are going to, first of all, special summon out our Hugin. Hugin effect is going to activate, and we are going to discard a card and promptly get ashed. Okay, not really anything I can do about that, so we're just going to sit on our floodgates and pass. Woo. Now, realistically, I shouldn't have discarded the card of demise, but I did anyway. Anyway, my opponent is going to activate the Ecclesia, and I'm going to flip up Gozamesh, preventing them from actually playing the game. Basically, at this point, they need to see a Vashada, and that's it. They just need to see a Vashada. That's like the only out at this point. And we draw Cauldron! Let's go! Cauldron of the Old Man. I'm gonna gain 500. Guess what? That's 5 more turns of Messenger of Peace. I'm gonna pass the turn. Cool. Great. I'm only probably gonna show you like 1 or 2 games, because honestly, this is the game. It happens like this every time. Either your opponent is able to walk over you and just kill you, or they can't. Anyway, we drew the second Cauldron of the Old Man, so now our opponent is on even more of a clock. Hip hip hooray! Anyway, they're going to end the turn. I draw Gozamesh again. I don't really have anything to say. I'm just like dealing life points. Cool. I just dealt 1,500 life point damage. I don't know. Okay, so their out was to draw into Vashada and then banish it from either hand or grave, and they set a card. They could have discarded a Tenyi. That's not doing anything. We know that they have a Shana in hand. I don't know what their plan was here, but it's fine. Anyway, we're going to get 2 more counters on our Cauldrons and activate them again. Because reasons. I still just haven't drawn anything useful, so that's kind of funny. They're going to set a card. Don't know what that could be. I really couldn't tell you. We draw into Cosmic Cyclone. Cool, now we can deal with that back row. We can't deal with that back row, I'm going to lie to you. They're going to activate Ghost Ogre, which is fine, because now I can just banish my card and keep the Cauldron alive. We're going to activate our effect in order to special summon out another Hugin, just to add that protection. They're going to maxi, that's fine. We're going to discard a card and grab Fountain. We grabbed it, we got it. And we're going to deal with this back row in the meantime. It's called by, cool. Anyway, we're going to activate our Runick Fountain and pass the turn. I don't have anything. Anyway, they're going to tribute summon tribute set. Then they're going to flip up their Adhara and go into Monk, and then activate their Adhara, and then activate their Ashana in order to go into another Adhara, and then go into a second Monk. And I don't know what this accomplishes, but okay. They're going to add back their Ashana, and then they are going to go and activate their emergence in order to grab Longwon. They're going to go to the battle phase and attack and attack. I'm going to just put my card back, because when it gets destroyed, it goes back to the extra deck. At this point, I still have lethal. I could just activate this guy and we're good. Pay 100. Ow. They're going to... Oh. Huh. I guess I don't have lethal. I can deal 15, so I'm going to do that. Just deal 15, set a card, pass, realize that they can't kill me, and then they scoop. This game sucked. Alright, don't worry about that last game. Not every game is like that. Some games are, they're a little bit more interesting, right? Like this one. Alright, how does this deck do going second? Let's figure that out. First of all, my opponent also has the Christmas theme. Yay! Oh, they're playing Branded. How interesting and original. They are going to go for Theater because... reasons? Don't worry, this deck list is wacky. So, out comes Masquerade. I literally can't beat that. Oh, wait, no, I have Skill Drain. We're fine. It's fine. I just have Skill Drain. It's fine. So, they're going to also go for a second one? What the... okay, second Masquerade. All right. Fantastic. Well, crap. And they have Branded Fusion. Dear Lanta, if I wasn't playing Skill Drain, I would lose. What the hell? Anyway, also Albion. What? Why are we playing Albion? What? Okay, send branded opening. Sure. That's fine. Okay, so what do they have? They have double masquerade, branded opening, mirror jade. Okay. I draw into, doesn't really matter. Oh, I draw into slumber, which is great. This card is fantastic because it allows you to be protected from destruction, either battle or card effect, which is fantastic. You'll love to see it. So this skill drain basically means that we can now survive. We can go like skill drain and then go slumber and protect whatever we end up summoning. So I'm feeling pretty good. We're going to start off with a Runick tip, which is going to search a field spell. We're going to search out the fountain here and banish the top card. Hey, it's polymerization. We're going to then activate the Runick fountain, and then we are going to set 1, 2, 3, 4 and pass. I didn't activate Card of Demise because I didn't want to take an additional 12. We're already taking 2200 from just activating skill drain here, so that's fun. They're going to activate their effect to set the branded in red, which is fine. And then they're going to go to battle, and I'm going to flip up skill drain here so that I can actually like not take a just myriad of damage. After the resolution, we're going to go and summon Jerry, and then they're going to activate their effect, which doesn't do anything. And then we're also going to activate Slumber in order to protect it. For some reason, I don't know why. I guess they were really scared of like Mirror Force or like Magic Cylinder. I don't know what they were afraid of, but they saw that I was playing Runics. But they decided to just attack with their Dramaturg, which means that we get to go Slumber and basically prevent them from actually dealing with our doggo. So what are these draws? Anyway, it's fine. We activate the fountain, we draw 3 after setting some cards. And then we're going to activate our effect here in order to banish 4 more off the top and draw them a card. Guess what? It gets weird. We see 1 Albion. Just keep that in mind. We see 1 here, okay? Just keep that in mind. Anyway, they're going to activate their Albion here in order to set a branded in red. We pop it to the other one. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why I did that. I just did. So there's that. We draw Smiting Storm or Smithing Storm. I like to say Smithing Storm. We're gonna banish a whole bunch of cards because my opponent has a whole bunch of cards, and then we're going to activate the Runick Fountain. We're gonna shuffle back 3 and draw 3. What is with? I don't want Demise. Okay, we have to go for the Pot of Desires here, so we're gonna draw some cards. We draw Dispelling, which is kind of nice, and then we're gonna activate Tip in order to draw or in order to add the Flashing Fire so that we can pop a card. Except they have openings, so it doesn't really matter. But you know, there's that. We're gonna also set the Rivalry, which is great. So, my opponent is going to send everything into attack position, and during the battle phase, we're going to go Rivalry and deal with their entire board. They're going to go for the Jerry here. We are going to then activate the Jerry effect in order to pop the set card. I don't know why I decided to pop the Branded in red, but I do. I'm going to activate the effect in order to special summon a Runick, and we're going to go for the Hugin here. Yeah, just so that we can activate the fountain. So we're going to draw 2 by shuffling 2 back. We're also going to activate the effect of our Hugin in order to chain block because it's funny. And then we're just going to send the Demise to the grave because, yeah, I'm not using it. Anyway, I just got rid of you. Anyway, we draw into Destruction, which is nice because we can now deal with their set card or their field spell, which, okay, well, I'll deal with your field spell. I don't want you to fusion summon. Please just don't do that. So we're going to destroy their spell card and then just banish the top cards of their deck. Cool. They're going to set a card and pass. Woo, floodgates. Anyway, we draw for turn. Yeah, I'll activate this the Cyclone. What did we happen to hit? Super Polymerization. Yeah, you love to see it. I'm so glad that I happened to go for the this. It doesn't really change much, but it could have, you know. Anyway, out comes the Q. And then we're going to activate the effect of our Flashing Fire in order to special summon out another Hugin. So Hugin comes back out, and then we are going to activate the fountain in order to draw 2. Out comes their second Masquerade. Cool. Not really anything I could do about this. Why are these all fiends? That's my question. I just don't know why they're fiends. Like, I get that they're like the same type, sure. But why is this a fiend? It's literally called a dragon. Why is it not just a dragon? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to draw 2, and we draw into Slumber. Perfect. Fantastic. That's exactly what we want. We're going to draw into Fountain, or add Fountain to our hand because we didn't banish it. And then I'm also going to activate a Pot of Desires once again because I need more than just 1 Slumber. Otherwise, I die. So, there's that. We're going to set the Slumber just in case they happen to have an out to our Fountain. Yeah, that's basically it. Out comes battle phase. We're going to activate our Slumber to protect our monster and banish the top 2 cards. And hey, look, it's Tragedy. Then they are going to be protected. They're going to attack in. They are going to, this guy's going to activate his effect, shuffle itself back. They're going to attack in. Oh, it's fine. We have Dispelling, so we're just going to summon out the Gary. Yay, Gary. So Gary's effect is going to activate, and we're going to pop the Masquerade. Why are we popping Masquerade? I don't know. Anyway, they're going to set a card during the end phase. We are going to activate our second effect to pop once again and also banish in order to get the Runick card, the Runick Fountain, to shuffle back more cards, and tip, and Flashing Fire. So we're going to search out another Slumber and pass the turn. We banish the Foolish Burial. And then the last thing that we need to do is activate our Flashing Fire in order to special summon out a monster. We don't actually need to do this, but we do have tips, so we're going to activate that. Banish the last card in their deck and win from there. So at this point, we just pass the turn. I'm actually going to shuffle 2 cards in because it's funny, or 3 cards, and then draw a whole bunch more. We're going to set some cards, pitch the card of Demise, and watch as our opponent fades away. Yay, that was great, right? So this deck sucks. I'm just gonna say it right out. Not in terms of like its competitive viability, but more so the fact that it is just awful. It's not only not fun to play, it's not fun to play against. Also, it's kind of expensive. You do need triple Fountain and you do need triple Tip, and then all of the other SRs. So it's not exactly the cheapest of decks. So. Also, you do kind of need triple Hugin. So. I spent like 11,000 gems on this to obtain this, so keep that in mind when you build it yourself, or if you choose to build it yourself. But it will be very cool once the Splight stuff comes out, because then you'll actually be able to do like the Splight stuff and not just like this cringe control stuff. So there's that. It's still going to be a control strategy through and through. Yeah. As for the overall strategy, do keep in mind that you can only banish cards that your opponent has. So, for example, if I wanted to activate, like, Flashing Fire, but my opponent only has 2 cards on the top, or 1 card on the top of their deck, I literally can't. I just straight up cannot activate it. This came into play in the mirror match. I was going to activate my card, but they only had 2 cards, and I needed to banish 3 or something like that. I think it was this one. I needed to banish 3, and they only had 2, so there's that. No, I think it was Slumber. It was really annoying, but anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. You probably didn't, but let's be honest with ourselves, you might have. And if you did indeed enjoy it, or you wanted to see more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.